Hey champs, again your zoology educator Biswajit. Today we are gonna finish Animal Kingdom. It's a one-shot video of this chapter. So let's start. Okay. So are you enjoying these diagrams? How the evolution of animals took place back to the ancient eras, the beginning of like animal life. It was some vagabond protozoans. So protozoans are the ancestors of animals. So they started living together. They started living together. They colonized themselves. They colonized themselves, and after a certain time they just had forgotten that once upon a time we were a single protozoa, a single flagellated individual, and they started for performing as a body, as an organism. That is the first multicellular animal, that is porifera. Chedising, porifera. Thousands of pores are there into the body, and gradually, with gradual evolution, gradual advancement, we got some superior animals one by one, and ultimately the supreme one, us. See, our Darwin chacha, Darwin uncle, the king, we human being, we're the king of this animal kingdom, the supreme animal, the prime chordates. Okay, now let's start without delaying some other time. Okay, so kingdom Animalia is divided into in tabulated format. Okay, so who are animals? Who are animals? Animals are organisms who are multicellular, who are eukaryotic, and the cells are without cell wall. The cells are without cell wall, and the mode of nutrition in animals also holozoic. Okay. Now, according to the level of organization, there are two groups: cellular level, and altogether they have in NCERT they have kept tissue level, organ level, and organ system level. The very first primitive animals their lack of tissue, devoid of tissue. So their body design, level of organization is cellular level. Only some group of cells, mostly asymmetrical. First group porifera, asymmetrical. No coelomic concept is there. That's why they are kept as acylomata only. So they are under phylum porifera. First phylum. We have to talk about how many phylums? 11 phylums. 11 phylums we have to study. Porifera, Cnidaria, Ctenophora, Platyhelminths, Aschelminths, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata. Porifera, Cnidaria, Ctenophora, Platyhelminths, Aschelminths, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata, and lastly the chordates. So this chart basically you can get it NCERT only. So we'll jump the next part. We'll jump to the next part, that is basis of classification. Okay, first basis of classification means while you will be classifying animals, what are the criteria you have to talk about? What are the criteria you will see inside the different groups of animals? They are considered as the basis of classification. First basis, level of organization. Okay, so there are 4 levels of organization: cellular level, tissue level, organ system level. Cellular level, they are basically cell aggregates. No tissue formation is there. no tissue formation is there, but still there are accumulation of group of cells with similar structure, similar function. Then what is tissue? Two cells are there or many cells are there, and these cells are of similar structure, similar function, similar origin, and they are bounded to each other, they are connected to each other by intercellular matrix and cell junctions. Intercellular matrix and cell junctions, then only this group of cells you can call them as tissue. If there is no intercellular matrix, no cell junctions between the group of cells, it is just cell aggregate. Okay, where you can find this? Into poriferans. Into poriferans, the first primitive multicellular group of animal. Then tissue level, where you can find tissue level? Into Cnidaria, into Ctenophora. Next two groups, Cnidaria and Ctenophora, they will show similarities with each other, though there are certain dissimilarities are there. So in their body you will find only tissue formation, no organ system. That's why the level of organization is only tissue level, one step ahead. Organ system. Now in platyhelminths you will find organ formations are there. Organ formations are there, excretory organs are there. Okay, numerous respiratory organs are there. Skin is an organ only, right? So organ formation is there. Reproductive organs are also there into platyhelminths. Even eye spot formation is there. So only organ formation you can find for the first time in the animal kingdom into platyhelminths, but no organ system till now. After that, the highest level of organization, when there will be formation of organ system. Where you will find the organ system formation for the first time? Organ system formation for the first time will be into aschelminths. Into aschelminths. This is very important point. First organ system level group, aschelminths, and after that all the phylums, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata and Chordates, all will have this organ system. Okay, so this was about level of organization. Next slide. Now when we talk about organ system or system formation, then we have to talk about a very important system, that is digestive system. Now digestive system, when you observe the digestive system, it can have only a single opening or two openings. If the digestive system or the body itself, okay, though in some organism there is no digestive system formation, but the body is having a single opening and body will look like a bag, a sac, same entry, and that entry will act as exit. So that model is called blind sac model. Now where you can find blind sac model? Though there is no system formation, in Porifera there will be blind sac model. In Cnidaria and Ctenophora there will be blind sac model. In platyhelminths there will be blind sac model. In platyhelminths only mouth opening will be there. There also incomplete digestive system will be there. No proper formation of digestive system. In platyhelminths their level of organization is organ system level, but incomplete digestive system in some of the platyhelminths you can find, like in Planaria. Okay, but in the Septinia there is not at all digestive system are present, even not incomplete one. Even in incomplete one also. Okay, next, now consider our body design. We have a gut alimentary canal inside, which is a small tube, and our body surface is acting as a large tube. So we have two tubes, one tube outside, one tube inside, tube within tube, tube within tube, tube ke andar tube. So our body design is tube within tube model. Now who will show this model? Where digestive system is complete. From the first group of animal where there will be mouth as well as anus, where there will be mouth as well as anus, that is aschelminths, and after aschelminths all the phylums, that is aschelminths to chordata. Okay, after aschelminths there will be annelids, arthropods, mollusks, echinodermates, hemichordates and chordates. Now digestion. Now either digestive system is present or absent, digestion will be there for every group of animals. Holozoic mode of nutrition and digestion will be there, breaking down of the complex food material into simpler one with the help of digestive enzymes. Now, where this digestion is occurring, outside the cell or inside the cell? Like for us, digestion is occurring inside the alimentary canal, inside this inner tube, inside the gut. So this mode of digestion is extracellular digestion. Who will show extracellular digestion? Haskell means will show as extracellular digestion and chordates. Haskell means and chordates will Haskell means two chordates. Haskell means two chordate. All the phylums. Haskell means Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata and Chordata. Digestion will be extracellular into gut, into alimentary canal. Now, if you consider porifera, they perform digestion inside the cell. Inside the cell, they have specialized cell into their body who will be catching the food from the water circulation and will digest it. So that digestion is intracellular mode of digestion. In porifera, there are certain phylums of animals are there where few part of digestion will be performed inside the body cavity kind of structure or inside the body cavity, or few part of the food will be digested inside the cell. Who are there? Coelenterata, Ctenophora and platyhelminths. There are few endoparasitic platyhelminths. They don't have digestive system at all. So with their body surface only from host alimentary canal, they will absorb the food product with the help of their skin, and they will digest the food inside the cells, as because they don't have digestive system, they don't have body cavity even. Okay, digestive system is and body cavity, these two are totally different. Okay, but at least to keep the food material, you need some place inside the body, right? Like if you see Hydra, Coelenterata and Ctenophora, they have a coelenteron, okay, gastrovascular cavity. So they are keeping the food material. But in case of platyhelminths, some of them, that body cavity is also absent. Okay, so their digestion is totally intracellular will be there. But there are certain platyhelminths who have incomplete digestive system like planaria. They can do digestion both intracellular mode as well as extracellular mode. I think it's clear. Next is circulatory system. Circulation, very important. Either system is present or circulatory system is absent, but circulation is very much important. Okay, though I have named a point as circulatory system. Okay, so in few animals circulatory system is open type, few animal closed type, and in few animals circulatory system is reduced, okay, or absent. Now where open type and what is open type? Open type of circulation means, think about cockroach or any insect. So they have some heart on the dorsal surface of the body, 13 segmentation are there of this heart, 13 chambered heart rather, and their body fluid, colorless body fluid will flow in between heart and body cavity, will flow in between heart and their body cavity, that is called hemocoel. So their body cavity cells and tissue are directly bathing into the blood. There is no confined circuit of blood is there, randomly blood is flowing here and there into their body. So that kind of circulatory system is called open type of circulation. Who will show this open type of circulation? Cockroach. Which group? Arthropoda. Then mollusca, snails. But again for in mollusca, octopus, cephalopods, their circulatory system is closed type. Cephalopods, octopus, their circulatory system is closed type, but other molluscans like snails, their circulatory system is open type. Hemichordates, balanoglossus, their circulatory system is also open type, and Urochordata, the subphylum of phylum Chordata, that's why I have written in different color. It's not a phylum, it's a subphylum under Chordata, Urochordates, Acidia, then Doliolum, they will also have the open type of circulation. Now closed type of will have only closed type of circulation, annelids, first group of animal which is having closed circulation with hemoglobin. They will also have hemoglobin, annelids, but into the plasma, not into RBC like us. For chordates we have also hemoglobin, but in RBC. Okay, there is a point to remember. Now where you can find reduced circulatory system or circulatory system is literally absent in case of starfish. Echinodermata. Why? As because they are having ambulacral system, water vascular system. They have water vascular system that is performing their circulation, their locomotion, even their respiration. Water vascular system is a multi-purpose system of these echinoderms. Okay. Next, symmetry. When you are studying one organism, you must have to study the symmetry, because depending upon the symmetry, you will get to know why studying symmetry is important. Symmetry defines how developed one organism is. Okay, wherever there is no symmetry or radial symmetry, they are very slow mover. Wherever there will be bilateral symmetry, they are fast mover, and whenever there will be bilateral symmetry into the body, the organs, inside organs and system will be perfectly installed. I am saying installed literally, perfectly installed during the time of morphogenesis of our body. Okay. So who are asymmetrical? No symmetry at all. See this sponge. See this sponge. If you cut this sponge into this axis, these two parts are unequal. If you cut this sponge into this axis, again this and these two parts are unequal. So this is called asymmetry. Most of the porphyrians will show asymmetry. Some exceptions are there into porphyrians like leucosolenia and Skyphon. They will show radial symmetry. So most of the porphyrians are asymmetric. Most, not all. Then gastropoda belongs to phylum Mollusca. Okay, they are also asymmetric in nature. Who are gastropods? Snails. Why they are asymmetric? Basically, their larval forms are not asymmetric. Their adults are asymmetric. When there will be formation of their body, the snails, there this visceral mass is there, right? So their visceral mass is basically twisted due to the process called torsion. So due to the process called torsion during that time of development of their body, their visceral mass get twisted, and that make their body asymmetrical. Next, radially symmetrical. What is radial symmetrical? Simply remember, when you cut your round birthday cake, so the plane you are following to cut the birthday cake into equal halves, that is your radial plane. That is the radial plane. Very simple trick to understand this radial symmetry. So if you are getting such like hydra, from upwards, if you observe this hydra from upside, then what you will see? This is upside is following a circle kind of structure, and into different planes you can cut the body of hydra into many equal halves. And that kind of symmetry when you are following the radius, simply when you are following the radius of circle to divide the circle into two equal halves. This plane, this equal half, this equal half. This plane, this equal half, this equal half. This plane, this equal half, this equal half. This is called radial symmetry. Simplest one. Okay. No need to use your brain also. What is radial symmetry? Circle, take the radius and divide the circle into two equal form. Or if you are having one apple, and you have two brothers or two sisters, and you have to equally divide that apple between two brothers or two sisters, the plane you will cut, that is radial symmetry. Radial symmetry. Who will show radial symmetry? Coelenterata, hydra, jellyfish, sea anemone, ctenophora, pleurobrachia, barrow, echinoderms, starfish, sea lily. Okay. They will show radial symmetry, and there can be different modification of radial symmetry, biradial symmetry, pentaradial symmetry. We will not study about that. Next, because in NCERT only they have told about radial symmetry. Okay, some example: pentaradial symmetry, starfish, pentaradial symmetry, starfish. Because 5 radial arms are there, and you can divide the starfish from 5 radiuses to equal halves. Biradial symmetry you can find in sea anemone. Sea anemone. Okay, biradial symmetry is there. Now bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry. Just imagine our body. This is my body. So this is the central axis. So in this axis, if I cut or dissect my body, I will get one left hub and one right hub, and this left hub and right hub are mirror image to each other. This is called bilateral symmetry. Bi means two, lateral means sidewise. Who will show bilateral symmetry? Platyhelminths, Aschelminths, Annelida, Arthropoda, Cephalopoda of mollusca, not all the molluscans. Then all the hemichordates and the chordates. Now here you can see in the diagram one crab is there, arthropod, and this is the plane of the body, central axis, and with the central axis if you cut and open the body you will get one left hub, you will get one right hub and one left equal hub, and these two hubs are mirror image to each other. Next, embryonic germ layers. For developmental stage of every animal, there are some basic tissue layers are there. They are called embryonic germ layers. Germ means which can germinate into new kind of tissues. So in some animals, in some primitive animals, okay, in some primitive animals like in Coelenterata and Ctenophora, there are only two germ layer, outside, that is ectoderm. Derm means skin, ecto means outer layer of germ cell. Inside, this is endoderm, inside. In between ectoderm and endoderm, gelatinous, jelly-like substance, acellular substance is present. That is called mesoglia. No cells are there. No cells are there. So how many layers? Two layers. So they are called diploblastic. Diplo means two, and blast. Blast means a layer of cell which can generate new tissues, new cells. Generating cells, generating layer, a layer which can generate new kind of cells. In biology, blast doesn't mean destruction. Here clast means destruction, blast means renovating, generating. Okay. Even porifera, some people say porifera also are diploblastic, but they are not true diploblastic, they are false diploblastic. Poriferans having the ectoderm which we call quanodum, and the endoderm which we call ectoderm is pinacodum, endoderm is quanodum. But as because no tissue is present in porifera, they are false diploblastic. True diploblastic are Cnidarians and Ctenophorans, hydras and box jellies. Now who are triploblastic? Three layer of germinal cells. All the animals of platyhelminths to chordates, except this first three phylum. All the phylums are triploblastic. Here you can see clearly first layer of ectoderm, middle layer of mesoderm, and inner layer of endoderm. Ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm, all are present. All three layers are present. Now there is a question, sir, what is there? One black cavity is there in inside that endoderm. What is that? Array, that is the gut, alimentary canal, gut. Or an empty space. That is not body cavity, that is an empty space inside the body. You can call it gut, you can call it enteron, an empty space inside the body which is surrounded by endoderm. Next, very important point, coelom. Now here comes body cavity. Coelom means body cavity. Now what is body cavity? Remember these three germ layers, ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Okay. So when you search for Annelida to chordata, all the animals, annelids to chordates, why it's starting? Annelids. From earthworms to us. There are three, that is triploblastic. The one more important thing, when we talk about coelom, that animal should be triploblastic. But in NCERT, why the diploblastic animals they have written acoelomate? As because there is no proper body cavity. That's why technically they have like kept them into ocelomata only. But true ocelomata, when we'll utter the word coelom when we talk about triploblastic animal. The first one is ocelomate, the primitive one. The modern one, the advanced one, eucoelomate, and the intermediate one is pseudocoelomate. Now, why we need to study coelom? We are studying basics of classification, right? So, coelom, a body cavity, defines how advanced one animal is. How advanced one animal is, because coelom inside the body will perfectly accommodate and protect the internal organs, right? That is the importance of coelom. Perfectly accommodation and protection of internal organs. First one, there is no first triploblastic animal platyhelminths means. First triploblastic animal platyhelminths means there is no coelom present into the body. See, outer layer ectoderm, inner layer endoderm, middle layer mesoderm, where these three layers are perfectly packed with each other. There is no empty space in between them, so they are called this. There is no body cavity, so coelomate. Now next group, one step ahead. Pseudocoelomate. Pseudo means false. Means coelom kind of structure is there. Now animals are trying to make coelom, but not successful. Okay, still they have tried. Nah, you should also try in your life to becoming better version of you. See how animals are trying to becoming a better version with evolution, with time. Okay, every mistake in the last group they are solving into the next group. So pseudocoelomates. Who are pseudocoelomates? As scale means are pseudocoelomates. Now outside ectoderm, inside endoderm. Now in between ectoderm and endoderm, these red color things are basically mesoderm. Okay, now this mesodermal pouch, basically 3-4 mesodermal pouches are spreaded here and there in between ectoderm and endoderm. When we will find in between ectoderm and endoderm, mesodermal pouches are forming the cavities. This is the cavity. This is the cavity. This is the cavity. This is the cavity. And these places are filled by parenchymal cells, or you can some unspecialized cells. Some areolar kind of tissue will be there. Okay, some parenchymal unspecialized cell will fill these places. So these empty spaces, which is lined by mesoderm in a single side, in one side. Mesodermal lining, this is the empty spaces, lined only into one side. So this kind of cavities are called pseudocoelom. Next, the advanced one, most advanced one, eucoelomate. Where you can find first eucoelomate is annelida and last eucoelomate chordata. Outer ectoderm, inner endoderm, and with ectoderm there is one layer of mesoderm. With endoderm also there is one layer of mesoderm. And in between these two layers of mesoderm, we have our body cavity. Where our visceral organs are kept. In this mesodermal lining of these body cavities are called mesothelium also. Okay, mesothelium also. So when body cavity is lined outside by mesoderm and inside also by mesoderm, in between ectoderm and endoderm, that is called true body cavity or true coelom. Okay. Now let's see what next. Segmentation. One more important thing. Segmentation. Okay. Now when we will be studying animals, we'll look the body at either segmentation. What is segmentation? Another name is metamerism, linear repetition of body parts. Linear repetition of body parts. Think about a train. Many coaches are there and they are connected to each other. And linear, in a straight line, these repetitive coaches will be there. So just assume a train. This example, a very perfect example of segmentation or metamerism. Okay. So similarly, if in animal kingdom also in some animals in the body you will get some repetitive structure, then that is called metamerism or segmentation. Now in some animals there will be not at all, there will be no segmentation. Now where there is no segmentation, all the groups except these three: Annelida, Arthropoda and Chordata. Anarcho have metamerism or segmentation. Rest all are rest all are non-segmented animals. But only the tapeworms, they show false segmentation or false metamerism or pseudo metamerism. Okay. Now, if you see the body of earthworm, the body of earthworm, if you zoom out the body, then you will find there are numerous ring-like structure. Body of earthworm is made up of annual kind of structure, rings type of structure. Hundreds of rings together will form the body, and the segmentation is both external as well as internal. So annelids, in case of annelida, true segmentation can be seen, very like the perfect segmented body. Annelids, leech, earthworm, nereis. Okay, for arthropods, your heart is broken, and arthropods body is broken, appendages are broken. So what you will think when you study body of an arthropod? Somebody broken down the body parts into pieces and again restored them by attaching from outside, right? So in arthropoda, segmentation is only external. Now chordates, us, no external segmentation is there. We have internal segmentation. Now we will tell, sir, why? How internal segmentation? Give some examples. Sure, I'll give you some example. Our vertebral column, repetition of vertebral bones, repetition of similar kind of vertebral bones, though exactly not similar, but still somehow they are similar to each other. Cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacral, coccygeal. Sir, thoda lamba sacrifice karo. Okay. So again, skeletal muscle is example of metamerism in vertebrates. Blood capillaries, example of metamerism in vertebrates. Now, what is pseudo metamerism in tapeworm? If you study body of a tapeworm, the head first part, hooks occurs there, and with the head there will be some proglottids are there. Right? Now, when I was telling the definition of segmentation, that really linear repetition, and they should be connected to each other. Internally. Where internally connection should be there, internal connection. But in case of these proglottids of Tinea solium, there is no internal connection. They are the individual breeding chamber. Where they will be producing eggs, and after these breeding chambers are filled with fertilized eggs, they will release them. They will cut out these proglottids or gravid proglottids from their body. Okay, so that's the reason. Though segmented body is there, but the segments are not interconnected to each other. So that segmentation is pseudo segmentation. Next, notochord. Very good feature. Internal cord. Notochord. Who have notochord? Chordates. We have notochord. We have chorda, notochord, and ata. To have, we have notochord, chorda, ata. That's why we got that chordate anime. Okay. So what is notochord? Here, and chordate is there, and the dorsal side of the body. Dorsally, one string-like structures from head to tail region. A string, notochord is a string. Origin is mesoderm, a mesodermally derived rod or string-like dorsal structure, okay, which is present during embryonic development of all chordates. And like except vertebrates, after embryonic development, that will be get transferred by vertebral column, but like those who are non-vertebrates in chordata. Okay, non-vertebrate chordates, they will pause notochord throughout their life except this urochordates. Okay, but what is true? Embryonic, all the chordates have notochord into their embryonic stage of life. Okay, now who are non-chordates then? Those who are lack in notochord, from porifera to echinodermata. From porifera to echinodermata non-chordates, and again hemichordata too. Again, hemichordates are also newly included in NCERT. They have written it. Before they used to consider hemichordata as chordate only, but recent scientists, recent means still it's 30-40 years, they have excluded the hemichordates from chordate and kept it under non-chordates. And chordates, those who possess this notochord. Okay. Now, what is the function of this notochord? Is providing mechanical strength of the body from inside. Now we will see mode of reproduction. See, if you properly study this video, each and every basics of classification, the chapter is 60 to 70% over. Even if you don't study the different phylums and classes also, you study these basics of classification. Reproduction, asexual reproduction, the most primitive one. Sexual reproduction, the modern one. Okay. Who will reproduce only sexually in animal kingdom? You need to remember the names. Ctenophores, first group of animal who are solely depending upon sexual reproduction. They don't even perform asexual reproduction. Then Aschelminthes, depending upon sexual reproduction. Annelida, reproduce sexually. Arthropoda, reproduce only sexually. Hemichordata, reproduce only sexually. And even chordates, us, they reproduce only through sexual manner. Next, both means they follows both sexual and asexual. They both sexual mode of reproduction and asexual mode of reproduction. I have written both for them. Now for poriferans, their primary mode of reproduction is asexual. Okay, but during the time of adverse condition, poriferans will go for sexual mode of reproduction. There will be exchange of gametes and cross fertilization will be there. Internal cross fertilization will be there. Cnidarians, they have polyp and medusa stage. Polyp is asexual stage and medusa is sexual stage. So cnidarians also comes under both. They perform asexual as well as sexual. Platyhelminths, okay, they also perform asexual mode of reproduction as well as sexual mode of reproduction. Regeneration is very famous in Digestia or Planaria. You all know that. Okay, so this was all about reproduction. There is no like group of animal, no phylum of animal, those who are solely depending upon only asexual. That's why I kept this empty. Okay, this both, they will perform both asexual as well as sexual. This sexual, I written these groups under sexual mode of reproduction. They're solely depending upon sexual mode of reproduction. Okay, next. Now mode of fertilization. Now, on the based upon different modes, I have characterized them. See this one. Few are doing self-fertilization, few are doing cross-fertilization. Now, it's a very common thing. You will find that there are numerous group of animals, those who are hermaphrodite, bisexual, male and female reproductive system present into the body. So you will be thinking maybe there will be self-fertilization because in earthworm they are hermaphrodite. Male reproductive system is also present, female reproductive system is also present. But twist is there. What is the twist? For earthworm, they will show cross fertilization. Even most of the animals will show cross fertilization, except exception is always there. Exception is not only there in chemistry. Exception are always also there into biology too. Okay, platyhelminths, they will perform self fertilization. So you need to remember this. Platyhelminths will do self fertilization, and apart from that, all the animals, just close your eyes with blind vision, you say all other animals except platyhelminths will perform cross fertilization. Now your question will be there, sir, why platyhelminths will perform self fertilization and why other perform okay, those who are bisexual, they can perform self fertilization. Those who are unisexual, that is different for them, they have to perform cross fertilization. Now, why Atom is performing cross fertilization? Why other hermaphrodite animals are performing cross fertilization? Though they have both the reproductive system in the body. The answer is protoandry and protogyny. Protoandry and protogyny means into their life cycle, both the reproductive organ or reproductive system will not mature simultaneously. Either ovary will get matured or testis will get matured. If ovary get matured, that is called protogyny. If testis get matured first, then called protoandry. And due to this protoandry and protogyny, they have to perform cross fertilization. One partner will act as a male, another partner will act as female. Okay, done. Now, why platyhelminths means are performing self fertilization? Because they are generally solitary, single endoparasite. They are solitary, single endoparasite. So, if they are inside your intestine, do you think one tinea will take the risk to come out of your body to search for other human being who is again infected by tinea? It will get inside the body of that human being, will do reproduction with other tinea, and again it will come back to your body? No, it's too much risky for him, right? For him or her, whatever you are telling. So that's why those tinea, they are hermaphrodite, as well as they will perform sexual mode of reproduction. Self fertilization. Sexual mode of reproduction obviously through self fertilization. Next, internal fertilization and external fertilization. Internal and external. Inside the body, outside the body. Now these are the groups of animals I have written. You need to imprint into your mind. Porifera, they will perform internal fertilization. Gamete will be exchanged through the canal system. Poriferas are exclusive in canal system, right? Platyhelminths, they will perform internal fertilization. Fertilization is internal, self but internal. Aschelminths, cross fertilization but internal fertilization. Annelida, inside the body, internal fertilization. Arthropoda, internal fertilization. There are some other, some classes are given under phylum Chordates, under Chordata, phylum Chordata. Chondrichthyes, internal fertilization. Shark, they will do internal fertilization. Reptiles, they will do internal fertilization. Birds, aves, mammalia, they will also do internal fertilization. Okay, now external fertilization. Nidaria, they will do external fertilization. They will do external fertilization. Ctenophora, they will also do external fertilization. Mollusca, they will also do external fertilization. Echinodermata, they will also do external fertilization. Hemichordata, they will also do external fertilization. And under phylum Chordata, Protochordates, Osteichthyes and Amphibia, they will perform external fertilization. Okay, so these are the things. Next, now one more important thing, sexuality, either bisexual or unisexual. So there are few animals who are bisexual, and synonymous terms are monoecious or hermaphrodite. Who are bisexual? Again, you have to remember this very carefully. Poriferans, bisexual. Cnidarians, all the cnidarians are bisexual. Ctenophora, bisexual. All the platyhelminths, bisexual. All the annelidas except Nereis. Nereis is unisexual. All the rest, all these leech, earthworm, they are bisexual. In mollusca, gastropods, snails are bisexual, but cephalopods are unisexual. In Urochordata, tunicata or Urochordata in chordates, they are also hermaphrodite or bisexual. Acidia, bisexual one. Next, unisexual or dioecious. Or sexually dimorphic, sexual dimorphism. Okay, Aschelminths, dioecious. Nereis in Annelida. Arthropoda, dioecious, except one bisexual arthropoda is there, except barnacles. Barnacles are bisexual. Rest all the other arthropods are unisexual. Cephalopods in mollusca, unisexual. Echinodermata, all the echinoderms, unisexual. All the hemichordates, unisexual. All the chordates are unisexual. Now development. There are two types: direct development and indirect development. Direct development and indirect development. Direct means while there will be larval form absent. Direct development means larva absent. Larval form absent. Indirect development means larval form present. Larval form present. They will show indirect development, like metamorphosis in the life cycle of butterfly. Right? Butterfly will lay eggs on leaves, and after some day there will be generation of caterpillars on the leaves, and they will start eating the leaves, caterpillar, and after some day they will be converted into cocoons, pupa we say, is a pupa, and after some day a matured butterfly will come out. Right? So this life cycle, larval forms are there. Okay, so this is called a metamorphosis will be there, from larva to adult, metamorphosis will be there. Now who will show direct development? No larval forms? Arthropods, not all the arthropods. Scorpion. Scorpion development will be direct. Spider development will be direct. Okay, no larva is there. What is the difference between larva and adult? See, caterpillar is totally different from its adult one, butterfly. So if you are not biologist, you would never know, if you don't observe their life cycle, you will never know this caterpillar and butterfly, they are similar animal. You will think they are of different group, right? That is the difference. Now Ascalmanes, not all the Ascalmanes. Wuchereria, filarial worm, they will show direct development. They will produce smaller microfilaria worms. They are not larvae. Then we are chordates, we don't have larval forms. When you used to study in class LKG, UKG or nursery, was that your larval form? No. That was your infantage, your childhood, right? Again, under chordata, fishes, fish, no larval forms will be there, direct development. Reptiles, direct development. Birds, direct development. Mammals, direct development. Now larval forms are there into Porifera, larva will be there. Nidaria, larva will be there. Ctenophora, larva will be there. Platyhelminths, larva will be there. Numerous larval forms are there in platyhelminths and Ascalmanes, right? Annelida, not all the annelidas again have larval forms. Like for earthworm, the development is direct. Okay, for earthworm, the development is direct development. Apart from the earthworm, all the annelids will show indirect development. Okay, their larva is called trochophore larva. Then arthropods, most of the arthropods, larval form will be there. Molluscans also larval forms will be there. Echinodermata, larval forms will be there, bipinnaria larva, and hemichordata also larval forms will be there. Okay, now if we talk about the larval forms, Porifera, they have amphiblastula larva. Parenchyma larva. Ctenophora, they have planula larva. Nidaria, they have planula larva. Ctenophores, they have Pseudopid larva. Platyhelminths, they have various larval forms, like for example, sporocyst forms are there. Miracidium larva is there. Then for platyhelminths, Radia larva is there. Cercaria, Metacercaria larva is there. Ascalmanes, rhabditiform larva is there. Then annelids, trochophore larva, annelids. Trochophore larva is there. Even mollusca also have trophophore larva. Arthropods, different arthropods have different larval phases. Okay, like caterpillar in butterflies. Echinodermata have bipinnarea larva, veliger larva. Okay, hemichordates have tornaria larva. So different larval forms are there into different group of animals who will show indirect mode of development. Okay. Now oviparity and viviparity. This is again another important feature. When we study the phylum Chordata, then this is a very important feature. Who are oviparous? Who are viviparous? Viviparity means those who give birth of directly young ones. Oviparity means those who lay eggs. Viviparity means those who give birth of young ones. Right? Who are oviparous? Who will be laying eggs? Platyhelminths, egg layers. Ascal means egg layers. Annelida, egg layers. Arthropods, egg layers. Mollusca, egg layers. Echinoderms, egg layers. Hemichordates, egg layers. In chordata, species, superclass species, egg layers. Okay, amphibia, egg layers. Reptilia, egg layers. Aves, egg layers. Now in Mammalia, Ornithorhynchus, duck-billed platypus, egg layers. Who are viviparous? Wuchereria, which is belonging to Ascalminths. Scorpion, belonging to Arthropoda. Right? All the mammalians are viviparous. Then chondrichthyes, sharks, belong to fishes. They are also viviparous. So osteichthyes, here in fishes, osteichthyes are egg layers. Okay, so this is according to NCERT, but actually these groups, apart from true viviparous are mammals, but this Wuchereria, Scorpion, Chondrichthyes, basically these are truly ovoviviparous. They will lay eggs. Inside the body. They will lay egg inside the body, it will get matured, egg will hatch, and they will keep the hatchlings inside the body. Now the chamber where they are keeping the hatchlings, it's not like uterus. It's not like uterus of marsupium of mammals. Okay, this is just a chamber where they are keeping the immature babies. When they will get matured, gradually they release them into water, like for shark. So they are basically ovoviviparous. They are laying eggs inside the body, getting fertilized inside the body, and the fertilized eggs are hatching into offsprings. For those offsprings, there is no direct connection to the mother body, like we have umbilical cords, and right. So that's why they are called ovoviviparous. But in NCERT, they have kept them under viviparous. They are observing as viviparity. Viviparity. Okay. So this was the main part of our lecture. Now we will go into the classification group wise. This is gonna be very rapid round. The first phylum of kingdom Animalia, Porifera. In common language we call them sponges. Chedi Singh, they are quite confused. There are numerous pores into their body. The minute pores are called ostium, and the large pore, a single pore, is called osculum. With the ostium, they will absorb water, and with osculum they will release water, and they will perform a filter feeding circulation of water into their body. Mostly they are marine except Spongilla. They have ostia and osculum body pores. That's why they are called porifera. Pore means tiny holes bearing animals. Canal system is very much exclusive into them. Okay, like there will be canal system like Ascon type, Sycon type, Leucon type, Ragon type, Choanocytes. It's the exclusive cell present inside the endodermal, internal body lining. If you see their body from inside, empty space is there which is called spongocele. And the spongocele and the canal system are lined by choanocytes or collar cells. Choanocytes are also called collar cells. Okay, flagellated cells are there. Now, there another exclusive feature is presence of spicule. Spicule. They don't have intercellular matrix or areolar tissue join the outer layer of cell and the inner layer of cell. Outer layer is called pinacoderm, inner layer is called choanoderm. So who will be catching those pinacoderm with choanoderm? For that they have calcareous or siliceous spicules, either with spicules with 2 spines, few spicules are with 3 spines, few spicules are with 6 spines. They are made up of either calcium carbonate or silicon or spongin fiber. Okay, now porocyte and pinacocyte are cells present on the outer surface of their body. Pinacoderm of their body is lined by porocytes. Porocytes are the cells. Porocytes are the cell who have canal system into them, who have pipeline canal system between them. That's why they are called porocytes. With these porocytes, they will intake water. Pinacocytes, they are the flat cells. Okay. Now, gemule, internal budding is you can observe into there. That is a mode of asexual reproduction. Okay, they can also perform sexual reproduction through cross fertilization. Cross fertilization. They are sessile. They cannot move from one place to another place, and though they are sessile, but their larval forms are free swimming. They are asymmetric. Most of them are asymmetric, but their larval forms show radial symmetry, morphologically different larval forms. Now examples: Cycon, Scypha, similar thing only. Spongilla, freshwater sponge. Euspongia, bath sponge. Now next phylum Nidaria. Phylum Nidaria. Captain Jack Sparrow. Hi, I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. Physalia, Portuguese man of war. The hat or the cap of captain or the pirates, they look like this. Okay, who are Nidarians? Hydra, jellyfish, they are the Nidarians. Why they are Nidarians? As because they have nidoblast cell, a kind of stinging cell present into their body. And with the stinging cell, they have one poisonous stinging organ called nematocyst. And their poisons are neurotoxic or hypnotoxic. Okay, nidoblast can be called as a nematoblast too. Okay, now or nidocyst also. Some people are saying nidocyte, nidoblast, nematoblast, all synonymous. In their life cycle, they will have numerous zooids, different forms. Main 2 forms are polyp form and medusa form. This is polyp form, asexually reproducing form. This is medusa, umbrella-like forms, sexually reproducing form. And in few Nidarians or Coelenteratans, there will be alteration of generation. In one stage of life, they will show polyp stage, and another stage of life they will show medusa stage. That is called metagenesis. It's a kind of alteration of generation. Asexual phase, sexual phase. Asexual phase, sexual phase. Now, few of them will show polymorphism, numerous zooids into a single colonized body, into Physalia, into Portuguese man of war. There will be gastrozooids, there will be gonozoids, there will be tentaculocytes. Okay, this is the gas chamber will be there. So this is the full colony of numerous zooid of Physalia. Some other example: corals. Corals are certain Nidarians. Their bodies having calcareous exoskeleton. Exoskeleton made up of calcium carbonate. You might have heard about Great Barrier Reef. So they will form coral reefs. Adamsia, पुष्पा, नाम सुन के फ्लावर समझाएगा, फ्लावर है मैं. Sea anemone, Adamsia. Okay, they look very beautiful like flower, but they have this stinging cells. Nidoblast. Pennatula, sea pen. And lastly, Gorgonia, sea fan, Meandrina, brain coral. Gorgonia sea fan, Meandrina, brain coral. Next, third phylum, Ctenophores. Ctenophores, if you don't have combs into your home, you can call to this gentleman. Pleurobrachia. Pleurobrachia. Commonly they are called sea walnuts, sea gooseberries. Okay, they are exclusively marine. The previous groups, these two, mostly they are marine. Both of them are mostly marine. Here in Nidaria, except Hydra, all are marine. Except Hydra, all are marine. Here, except Spongilla, all are marine. But in Ctenophores, they are exclusively marine. All are marine. Not a single animal will be living in fresh water. Okay. Now they have 8 comb plates. 8 comb plates. 4 front side, 4 back side. Equipped with cilia. Function of these comb plates: locomotion. Locomotion. They will emit light. That capacity is called bioluminescence. Bioluminescence, light emitting capacity. They are the first group of animal who will show totally sexual mode of reproduction. They don't follow any asexual mode of reproduction. Like that previous group with cylinderates, for nidarians, they will show highest level of similarities. Okay, but still they have asexual mode of reproduction. Like Hydra, budding is there, right? But for them, no budding, no any other asexual mode of reproduction is there. Examples: very short group, Pleurobrachia is there, Ctenoplana is there, again Bero is there. Okay, moving cat eye. Fourth phylum, Platyhelminths. Their body is flat, supporter of flat earth society. मार के बॉडी को चपटा बना दिया गया है. Flat, body is flat, dorso-ventrally flattened body. Dorso-ventrally flattened body, leaf-like body. Mostly endoparasite, not all, mostly. So they will perform anaerobic mode of reproduction. Their first triploblastic group of animal. Up to Ctenophores, they were diploblastic. First diploblastic group of animal. Okay, body design is blind sac model, but in Taenia solium, digestive system is absent. Digestive system is not at all present. So, as because they are endoparasite, through their body surface, they will collect their food from the host body. Okay, and they have hooks and suckers too. What is the function of hooks and suckers? With the help of hooks and suckers also they can collect the like body fluid or juice from the host body, as well as hooks and sucker they provide them the resistivity against the intestinal flow. Intestine will show peristaltic movement, right? So our intestine will try to kick them out from our intestine, but with the hooks and sucker, firmly they will catch the intestinal wall. Okay, now for excretion and osmoregulation, they have flame cells for excretion and osmoregulation. Both the functions. Okay, highest, like not highest, very high regeneration capacity we will find in planaria. This is a planaria. You cut the body of planaria into different species. For each piece of planaria, it will be regenerated into a new planaria. Regenerative capacity. Okay, because of the totipotent cell, presence of totipotent and pluripotent cell into the body. Some other example: Taenia solium, Taenia saginata. Taenia, they will attack human being, or they will attack pig or cows. Then Fasciola hepatica, they will attack liver of sheep and snail, garden snail. Okay, Limnacia, Planerbius will attack this Fasciola will attack these snails and as well as that sheep. So they are digenetic in nature. They have more than one host into their life cycle, primary host as well as secondary host. So next we will be moving to the next group. After this Taenia, tapeworm, Fasciola, liver fluke, We'll see the fifth phylum, Askelmeans. Fifth phylum, Askelmeans. Roundworm. Papa ki paisa gol gol, mummy ki roti gol gol. Tu bhi gol, मैं भी गोल. Tu bhi gol, मैं भी गोल. They are saying to each other. Male, female. In animal kingdom, sexually dimorphic animals there. Okay, the very crucial group of animal during the course of animal evolution. Okay, they are called roundworms. Why they are roundworms? They are not round. They are like ribbon. Then why roundworms? If you intersect their body and this cross section will look rounded. That's why they are called roundworm. That previous group, if you take cross section, that cross section of the body will look flattened. That's why they were called flatworm. Okay, so the first time organ system arrived into their body into animal kingdom. Next, they are pseudocoelomate. Already we have discussed it. The first time we will find mouth and anus complete alimentary canal. Speciality, they have muscular pharynx kind of structure for sucking purpose near to the mouth. Muscular pharynx is there. Okay, they are the first dioecious sexually dimorphic animal. Excretory tubules will be there. Excretory tubules, like the previous group, it was flame cells, right? Previous group, it was flame cells, excretory organ. It was flame cells. Now into this group, it will be rennet cell. Excretory organ will be rennet cell. Excretory tubules will be formed by. Examples. Ascaris, roundworm. Wuchereria, filarial worm. Elephantiasis is the disease. Ankylostoma, hookworm. Now second group, Annelida. Why they are called Annelida? As because their body is segmented and each segment is like ring. We call it annules. A-N-N-U-L-E. Annules. Because of the presence of annules, they shows metamerism, internal and external metamerism. They are the first coelomate animal. First true coelom appears into annelids. Okay. First in the animal kingdom who will show closed circulatory system with developed heart. Okay. Now, for their locomotion, their body has longitudinal and circular muscle. Here we are talking about specifically the leeches and earthworms, peritimus. And apart from that, they also have setae or seta. Now, this is Nereis. For Nereis, the parapodia, these are the parapodia. They are the swimming organs in Nereis. Nereis is a marine species of annelids. Okay. Their excretory organ is called nephridia. It's an old version of basically nephrons. Nephridia. Function is again excretion and osmoregulation. Hemoglobin, their blood is red in color. Hemoglobin is present, but that is in plasma. Now habitat, where you can find annelids. Where you can find Askelmeans. Askelmeans, they can be terrestrial, they can be aquatic, they can be parasitic. Even they can be parasitic to plants as well as animals. Plateal means they are parasitic to animals only. Now come to the annelids. They are either terrestrial or aquatic. Now in aquatic, few are freshwater dwelling, few are marine. Like Nereis is aquatic, marine annelida. Then Ferritima postuma. Earthworm, generally it's terrestrial. Hirudinaria, blood sucking leeches. Few are terrestrial, few are freshwater dwelling. Okay. Now their body is always covered by slimy cuticle. Again, cuticle is present into the outer lining of platealmeans, Askelmeans as well as earthworm. This cuticle is very much for earthworm. Cuticle is always moist, so it helps them for their cutaneous respiration. They don't have any special respiratory organ, annelids. Okay. Now next is arthropods. टूटा एक परिंदा ऐसे टूटा कि फिर जुड़ ना पाया. Okay, broken appendages, broken legs. Arthro means jointed. Pod means legs or appendage. They are jointed with broken appendages, though they are not truly broken. It will look like their body is broken, segmented from outside. So jointed appendages are there. That's why they are called arthropods. They are the largest phylum. They acquire 2/3 of all the living species of animal. Their body is covered by an armor hard exoskeleton made up of chitin. Made up of chitin. Okay. They put their armor on. Their body is divided into head, thorax, and abdomen. But this is scorpion. This is scorpion. Here, head and thorax is not separated. Head and thorax will make a cephalothorax. Fused head with thorax. Cephalothorax. But in ant, head, thorax, and abdomen is there. In ant, head, thorax, and abdomen is there. Jointed appendages, and these joints are attacked with each other by arthroidal membrane. Arthroidal membrane. They are the first group of animals who have well developed sensory organs like antennas, compound eyes, and also simple eyes. They are excretory organs, specifically in insect, Malpighian tubules are the excretory organs of insect. Excretory organs of scorpion are coxal gland, excretory organ of crustaceans, shrimps, prawns, green glands. Okay, so they are the highly diversified group of animals. Example: apis, honeybee, bombyx mori, silkworm, lacifer, lac-producing worm. These are the economic. This year used in economic zoology. Next, biological vectors. They are carrying diseases, numerous diseases like malaria, chikungunya, dengue, encephalitis, Anopheles, Culex, Aedes. These are the most common species of mosquitoes around us. Locusta, gregarious pest. Locusta, gregarious pest. The group, they are schooled together, attack on the agriculture field and destroy it. Limulus, horseshoe crab or king crab. This is a living fossil. Lepisma, bookworm or silverfish, though it's an arthropods. Now let's come to next group, mollusca, very soft bodied animal. From molasses they got this name. Molasses means soft. Okay, the second largest group of animals. This is apple snail, Pila. The body is covered by calcareous shell. You know how their shell is made up of? The shell is made up of calcium carbonate and a protein called concholine. CONCHOLIN, concholine. Study of molluscans are called malacology. Okay, calcareous shell. So when they will face danger, they will hide themselves, that they will protrude inside their calcareous shell. Now their body is divided into mainly three parts. Head is there, muscular feet is there, and a visceral hump is there. Okay. Now their visceral hump, basically what is visceral hump? That is the bunch of different body organs will be here only into their symmetric visceral hump. Now this is very delicate and delicate structure, very delicate structure. So this delicate structure will be protected by a spongy skin that is called mantle. It is called mantle, and in the cavity in between mantle and this visceral hump is called mantle cavity. Okay, and inside that mantle cavity they will have some structure like comb. They are called ctenidia. And with ctenidia they will do respiration, they will do excretion. Head, muscular foot, and visceral hump, three parts of their body. Yes. Now their head is having stalked eyes. Not all. This is a gastropod. Snails are gastropoda. It's because their digestive system is present near to the this ventral muscular foot region. That's why they are called gastropod. Okay. Octopus. When you see octopus, they are called cephalopods, as because their legs, their tentacles, kind of these appendages are from their mouth region. They are from their mouth region, So they are called cephalopods, legs from head. So they have sensory tentacles along with these stalked eyes. Okay. Now this is very important structure, radula. Radula, file-like rasping organ or rasping tongue. What is radula? Radula is a tongue kind of structure which is equipped with thousands of teeth. It is equipped with thousands of teeth, and with the teeth, what they will do? They will, what is rasping? They will create a friction on their food material. Okay, they will rub their tongue on the food material, and that is how they will they are eating. Their process of ingestion, that is called rasping. Now some examples: pila, apple snail, aquatic one; pink tada, pearl oyster, aquatic one; sepia, cuttlefish, sepia, cuttlefish, loligo, squid, octopus, devilfish, aplysia, sea hare, dentalium, tusk shell, elephant tusk like structure, and Chetoplura, chiton. Okay. Now they are, few are terrestrial, few are aquatic, few are marine, few are freshwater dwelling. Okay, so last two groups of non-chordates. Echinoderms. Echinos means spine. Derm means skin. So spiny skinned animals are called echinodermata. Okay, they have they have a live endoskeleton. In other animal group like in Porifera, they also have endoskeleton, that is non-living endoskeleton, spicules. For the first time in animal kingdom we will find endoskeleton which is alive. They are small bone kind of structure, that is we are calling them calcareous ossicles. They are exclusively marine. All are in ocean and sea. The most important feature of their body, water vascular system or ambulacral system. Okay. Now their body is having two plane, oral plane and aboral plane. Oral plane, ventral side of their body, they have their mouth. So this is the oral plane, ventral plane. Dorsal plane is their aboral plane. Here there will be their anus. This is, you all know starfish. This is a brittle star. Okay, Ophura. Water vascular system, why I said very much important? Water vascular system is responsible for locomotion. Okay, continuously they will keep inhaling water through the madreporides, which is a surround structure near to the anus. Madreporide is a perforated structure surrounding the anus through which they intake lot of water, and they have water vascular system, pentaradial water vascular system, and they have some tube feet kind of structure in each like radial arm. They have many inverted pot kind of structures are there. These are called tube feet, and with the tube feet they will release the water, and when there will be water flow into their body and inside and outside, with that they will create hydraulic pressure so they can move. With that water they will excrete out, they will respire, even they will catch their food. Okay, and for respiration they have some other structure also on the skin. Some tiny minute pipe kind of structures are there. These are called dermal bronchi. Dermal bronchi. Some examples: starfish, Asterias; sea urchin, Echinus. Their mouth is having Aristotle lantern. Antedon, sea lily. Cucamaria, sea cucumber. They have a special capacity to regenerate their digestive system. When they are angry, these sea cucumbers, they will throw their digestive system on their enemy. Ophura, brittle star. Why Ophura is called brittle star? If you touch them, if you disturb them, they will break their arms. Okay, now last non-chordates, hemichordata. Hemi means semi. Okay, so their collar region, this is their proboscis, This is their collar. This is their trunk. Their body have three parts. So into their collar region, they have a notochord kind of structure that is called stomochord. Why stomochord? This notochord is originated near to their mouth. That's why it's called stome. Stoma means opening or mouth. They are also exclusively marine. Basically, you will find them into the sea shores. They are burrow dwelling. Okay, they will dug burrows into the shallow water and they will stay there. And they will respire through gills. They will respire through gills. Their body is proboscis, collar, and trunk divided into these three parts. Their excretory organs are proboscis gland. These are also kind of nephridians only. These are also very small phylum of animal, Balanoglossus, you need to remember, and Saccoglossus. Find a chordate. 5 criterions are there. What are they? This is the mouth. This is the anus. Okay. Now, their body will have from head to tail the main characteristic feature of chordates. From head to tail, there will be a notochord, right? There will be notochord, a string kind of structure, and there is a hollow nerve cord also present. Hollow nerve cord also present. Hollow single dorsal nerve cord. And what happened? What else? In pharyngeal region, there will be pharyngeal gill slits. There will be pharyngeal gill slits. So they have single hollow dorsal nerve cord, notochord, pharyngeal gill slits, ventral heart, and this is mouth, this is anus, and this is the tail. So the tail is present behind the anus. That is called post-anal tail. These are the important features. Revise phylum chordata very quickly. Why chordata? Chorda means string, ata means to have. So we have notochord in some stage of our life, that is embryonic stage. All the chordates have notochords. 5% of all animals are chordates. Now we have divided them into two groups. Old chordates are called protochordates. They don't have khopri, cranium, skull, brain box. So they are called acraniata. New chordates or euchordates, they have cranium, skull. So we are craniata. Now protochordates means old chordates are of two types, urochordata and cephalochordata. These two are the subphylum. Under phylum chordata there are 3 subphylum. 2 subphylum are under protochordates, urochordata and cephalochordata. And these two are, both of them are exclusively marine. Now urochordates, only one living subphylum is there under urochordates. Vertebrates, we have craniates, we have cranium. We have divided vertebrates into 2 groups, agnatha, who don't have any jaw. Those who have jaw, upper jaw and lower jaw, mandible and maxilla. Mandible and maxilla, they are called gnathostomata. Gnathos means jaw, jaw bearing animal, or mouth having upper jaw and lower jaw. Who are agnatha? There is only one class of agnatha are alive nowadays, cyclostomata, animal with circular mouth. Gnathostomata. There are 2 superclasses are there under Gnathostomata group, superclass Pisces and superclass Tetrapoda. Pisces have fins for as locomotory organ. Tetrapoda have 4 legs, 4 limbs. Under superclass species, we have two class. One class we have cartilaginous endoskeleton who are marine, they are called chondrichthyes. Another class we have bony endoskeleton, they are called osteichthyes. Chondrology, osteology. Chondro means cartilage, osteo means bone. Superclass Tetrapoda, four groups of animals have four legs, four limbs, two forelimb, two hind limb. Amphibia, reptilia, aves and mammalia. Now out of these four, reptiles, birds and mammals, they have four extra embryonic membrane, including chorion, amnion, allantois and yolk sac. So that's why reptiles, birds and mammals, they are amniotes, and other are anamniot. First, urochordates. Notochord present into the larval tail. Throughout their body they don't have notochord. Only they have a larva called tadpole larva. Okay, tadpole larva is not the larva of amphibians. They also have tadpole larva. Urochordates. Now, this is the first characteristics feature. They are also called tunicata. Why they are called tunicata? Is because their body is covered by a proteinaceous membrane named tunicin, and that membrane is called test or tunic. So they are called tunicata. Larval form is free swimming. Their larval form. But after retrogressive metamorphosis, when larva will metamorphose into adult, they will become undeveloped. Larva is more developed than the adult. Okay, so the adult will become sessile. And adult don't have a notochord really. Okay, so what criteria is there? Like chordates, they have pharyngeal gill slits. Okay, they have pharyngeal gill slits. That is the only chordate characteristics feature. Other chordate characteristics feature are absent into them. Okay, then so that is why we are calling it retrogressive metamorphosis. They are sessile, they are free swimming, they have notochord in tail, they don't have notochord. Example, acidia, most common one, hardmania. This is hardmania. Salpa, doliolum. These are some examples. Now let's move to the next protochordate, that is after urochordata there will be cephalochordates. Cephalochordates means now the notochord is will be originated from the head region. Notochord is originated from the head region and expanded up to the tail region. That's why they are called cephalochordates. Notochord, the head region. First complete chordate. Why first complete chordate? We consider cephalochordates first complete chordate. Throughout the either larva or adult, they have larval forms. Either larva or adult, notochord is extended from head to tail in all the life forms. Okay, it's not like that previous group, right? And both the forms are free swimming. No one is sessile. All larva and adult free swimming. One more important, very important characteristics feature. Sometimes we forget this. We think that excretory organs are generally maturing. Protonephridia, like flame cells, they are kind of protonephridia. Rennet cell, then nephridia in annelids. Okay, then this is modified. This is advanced group than annelida. So it will also have nephridia kind of structure. But actually, these cephalochordates, excretory structure, they have protonephridia. They don't have even nephridia. Primitive structure of nephridia is called protonephridia, and this important thing, they are unisexual, hermaphrodite. Unisexual means unisexual means sexually dimorphic. I'm extremely sorry. They are dioecious, sexually dimorphic. Male and female are different. So this is the body of branchiostoma. Branchiostoma. Why branchiostoma they have got this name? See, this is their mouth. The mouth is having this structure, this ciliated structure, which is called will organ, these are basically tuft of cilia or tuft of this structure, tuft of brush kind of structure. With this will organ, they will create a circulatory force on water and they will suck water. They are also filter feeder. They are also filter feeder, and the extreme portion of their mouth, they have a cone kind of structure that is called rostrum. That is used for offense or defense. Okay. Now, example, branchiostoma or amphioxus or lanceolate. Same thing. Synonymous terminologies are there. Now let's move to the next group. Vertebrata. Vertebrates. Who are vertebrates? First we'll start this quotation, very famous quotation. All vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Why so? Because notochord is present in vertebrates only during embryonic stage, not throughout the lifespan. Okay, so we know that who are chordates in embryonic stage of life, they should be possessing notochord. So vertebrates are chordates. Okay, but what is special in vertebrates that is not present in all other chordates? That notochord is replaced by cartilaginous or bony endoskeletal structure, which is called vertebral column or backbone. So that can be either cartilaginous in case of for example sharks. In case of us, is bony vertebral column. And one more important feature of vertebrates, in most of the vertebrates, they have paired appendages, either limbs or fins. Okay, most of the vertebrates possess this characteristic feature also, paired appendages, either fins or limbs. First class of vertebrata under Agnatha, cyclostomata. Quickly we study this. Who are cyclostomes? Animals with circular mouth, and they are all also exclusively marine. They are ectoparasite in some large fish, like the ectoparasite of salmon, sharks. They have 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits are present. They have a sucking circular jawless mouth for sucking the juice, sucking the blood, sucking the body fluid of their host. They have cartilaginous endoskeleton as well as cartilaginous skull or cranium. Though vertebrates have paired appendages, but they don't have paired fin. They have unpaired fin. Petromyzon. They will show migration. During the time of spawning and breeding. And after breeding, the mother and father petromyzon, they will die. And basically, they will show migration from ocean to freshwater lake. Okay. Some other example apart from this petromyzon or lamprey, that is myxine or hagfish. This hagfish, if you see the head region of the hagfish, then the head region of the hagfish is folded like the skin of old lady. That's why they got the name hagfish. First class of superclass species, fish. Chondrichthyes. Chondric word came from cartilage. Ichthyes means fish. All the chondrichthyes are marine. Okay. Now gill slits. They have 5 to 7 pairs of gill slits. Most of the chondrichthyes have 5 pairs. Sharks may have 5 pairs, 6 pairs or 7 pairs of gill slits. But these gills are not protected by operculum. So no operculum is present in chondrichthyes. Next feature, their body covering. Body is covered by a kind of teeth shaped scales. They are called placoid scales. See the shape like teeth only, right? And that backwardly directed these homodonts, okay, they are also basically modified placoid scale. Their tail, see, one part is longer, another part is shorter. So this kind of tail or caudal fin is called heterocercal tail or heterocercal caudal fin. They are predominantly predators. By the name of the shark only you can guess. They are the predators. They will hunt upon smaller fishes. If you are also swimming into the ocean, if you like face a great white shark, it may eat you. Great white shark may kill and eat you. So they are predaceous in nature. Now, but most of the time they will be searching their prey at the bottom of sea, at the bottom level of sea, because their prey are, in most of the time their prey are hiding into the sand. So position of their mouth is ventral. Position of their mouth is ventral as because they are searching for their prey into the below dwelling sand of the ocean floor. And they, they have metal detector kind of structure near to their mouth region. With that, they can sense their prey, the magnetic activity, the electrical activity inside the body of prey. As because they are fishes, we know fish have two-chambered heart. Fishes have two-chambered heart, so they are poikilothermic. For chondrichthyes, no air bladder is there, so they have to continuously swim. Okay, as because they don't have air bladder. They are viviparous. They don't lay eggs directly into the water. Males have modified spoon-like pelvic fin, that is called clasper, and the fertilization with this clasper, it will act as a penis kind of structure, so they will do internal fertilization. They are cold-blooded and or poikilothermic. Now their examples. Torpedo, electric ray. Trigon, stingray. Scoliodon, dogfish or Indian shark. Sawfish, pristis, they have a mouth like saw. Carcharodon, great white shark. Next, Osteichthyes. Bony fishes. Osteology, study of bone. All okay. Now body of all the fishes are like this, right? Either chondrichthyes or osteichthyes. This structure is called streamlined body. The reason behind this streamlined body, to overcome the force of water while they are swimming. To give it this streamlined shape, give them rapid movement. Okay. Now osteichthyes, unlike chondrichthyes, mostly they are freshwater dwelling and few are marine also. Who are marine? Like Exocetus, Hippocampus. They are marine osteichthyes. They have bony endoskeleton. Okay. Their body covering. Scales are there, but the scales are not placoid scale, either cycloid scale, this circular scales, or ctenoid scale. There will be this comb-like structure at the base of the scale. That's why these scales are called ctenoid scales. Their tail are also not heterocercal. Okay, these tails are kind of homocercal. Now, other feature in the previous group, the mouth was the ventral side of the body, right? But here the mouth is not at the ventral. Mouth is not present on the ventral side. Rather, mouth is terminal. The mouth is terminal portion, present in the terminal portion. Previous group, how many gill slits were there? 5 to 7 pair. Here 4 pairs of gill slits are there, and gills are protected, well protected by a flap, a cap kind of structure called operculum. Okay. Now they have a balloon, 2 balloons like chambers inside their belly region, inside their abdominal, to the ventral region, not belly, to the ventral region. That is called, these gas chambers are called air bladder. These gas chambers are called air bladder, and when they need to float on the surface of the water, they will fill the gas chambers and passively they will float. And when they will feel the need, they will go at the floor of the water, the bottom of the water. They will release the gases from these gas chambers, air bladder, like submarine, and passively they will float down and float up. Okay. Now, if you see their body, both the side, with the left and right side, they have one sensory line, that is called lateral line of sense organ. Lateral line of sense organ. They can feel the pressure, they can feel the temperature of the water. Now this is their anus, and here they can release their eggs and sperms. So their fertilization will be into the water medium. So external fertilization, as because they are laying eggs outside the body, they are oviparous. They are oviparous, and their development will be direct. Their development will be direct. Their example now. Now about their examples. Exocetus and hippocampus. These two are marine example. Exocetus means flying fish. If you see Exocetus, they have very big pectoral fin. They have very pectoral fin, and with the utilization of this red pectoral fin, they can jump for a long time. They can glide for a long time when they will be finding any threat, and that will look like a flying. Even they can jump up to few meters. Okay. And hippocampus is seahorse, and you know that this seahorse, the male seahorse are called pregnant male, as because it's not like that they will be producing eggs. Fertilized egg they will keep inside their brood pouch until unless they are matured. So they will look like they are laying the eggs. They are laying the babies. So that's why they are called pregnant males. Labio, Katla, Clarius, these all are freshwater species. Labio, Rohita, common Indian carp, Rohu, Katla, again one common Indian carp, Katla. Clarius, they are called mangur or catfish. Clarius, if you see the Clarius, the mouth of Clarius, it has this kind of structure. That's why they are called catfish. Okay. Next, betta, a very beautiful ornamental fish. They are called fighter fish or fighting fish. If you keep two male bettas together, they will fight with each other until unless one male is dead. Then pterophyllum, angelfish, again one ornamental fish. Cat-like whisker. Okay. Now next is amphibia. Amphibia. Now you think that the animals who live in water as well as land, they are called amphibians. It's not like that. If you are swimming 2 hours a day, then you are not an amphibian. Crocodile, tortoise, turtle, they are also dwelling into the water for a long time. Are they amphibians? No. Who are amphibia? Amphibians dual and bios. Bia, the word bia came from the word bios, that means life. Dual life, animal with dual life. When they are larva, they are obligatory aquatic. You will see the larval form. Larval form of frog, tadpole. Obligatory aquatic, breathing only with gill. If you take out the larval form, a tadpole larva out of water, it will die. But when it's metamorphosed into frog, it can happily survive into the terrestrial zone. So that's called dual life. Okay, most of them are with 2 pairs of limbs with clawless digit. Okay, now the first, like very primitive group of vertebrates are fish. Fishes used to live in aquatic environment. Now once upon a time there was crowding into the aquatic environment, so water started getting polluted with more carbon dioxide. There was more fish, then more carbon dioxide production. The BOD, biological oxygen demand, increased, and few of the fishes started coming out of the water, and they used to stay sometime into the clay mud. Okay, and gradually their fins, their pectoral fins and pelvic fins started modification. Their fins, the fish, if you see the fish, their fins have fin rays into them. This fin ray started modification into bone kind of structure, bony structure, and formed limb. Okay, and other structure also, other modification also took place, and they have changed into amphibians. The fish who took part, who were the transitional fishes from whom we got the amphibians, they are called lung fishes. Okay, lung fish. Okay, so 2 pair of limbs are present. one pair of forelimbs, one pair of hind limbs. Forelimbs have 4 digits, 4 fingers without claw. Hind limbs have 5 fingers without claw. Why most ichthyofish is an example of limbless amphibia. Tail present in some, as you see frogs, they don't have tail. If you see salamander, they have tails. Their skin is generally moist and glandular. Their skin is generally moist and glandular. For buffo, toad, the skin is dry. Heart is 3-chambered heart, so they are cold-blooded or poikilothermic. They can respire through gills during their larval stage. When they are adult, they can respire through lungs, their skin, or through buccal cavity. Lungs in normal time, during the time of hibernation and estivation, they will respire through their skin. Now they have a common opening of their body that is called cloaca. What is cloaca? It is a combination of alimentary canal, urinary tract, and reproductive tract. Alimentary canal, reproductive tract, and urinary tract together commonly form an opening that is called cloaca, both the male and female amphibians. Their fertilization is external. They will deposit eggs and sperms into the water. So they are oviparous. They are oviparous in nature. Their development is through larval stage, so indirect development. They are anamniot. Already we have discussed. Now if you see their eye having eyelids, upper eyelid and lower eyelid, whereas the upper eyelid is movable, lower eyelids are not movable. Their body is divided into head, trunk, and if in some other organism like salamander, apart from frogs, tail is also present. So mainly 2 part, head and trunk, no neck. Neck is absent. Okay, now below this eyelid they have one more transparent membrane will be there, nictitating membrane. Now behind the eyelid they have a eardrum kind of structure or tympanum, that is the representation of their ear. They don't have external ear. Tympanum represent ear. Next, reptilia. Reptiles. Now when amphibians had started flourishing into the world, suddenly there was scarcity of water. Okay, the aquatic bodies were drying. So they had to conserve water into the body. Now if they have the moist skin, then they will not survive. If they lay their eggs into the water, the soft non-cleidoic eggs, then the eggs will also die. Now there was new requirement to make the outer covering of the body hard and cornified, dry, glandless, and egg they need to produce, their egg need to lay to cover through hard shell. Okay, so reptiles, they are mostly terrestrial except crocodile and turtles, they are aquatic. First successful organisms or animals, those who are terrestrial in nature, they don't have any relationship with water. Yes, crocodile, turtle, they will go into the water, but in water they cannot take breath. They cannot breathe into the water, right? So for taking breath, they have to come out at the surface of water. How they got this name reptile? From Latin word reptum, that means to crawl, to creep. They're creepy, they're crawling always, right? They have dry skin. Why dry? If there is no dry skin, if there is moist skin, they will evaporate water. But what is the motto of their body? Conserve. They have to conserve more and more water. Their skin is cornified, deposition of keratin will be there. Their epidermis, outer layer of skin, is covered either by scales or by scutes. These plate-like structures are called scutes. If you see snake, snake also have scales like fish, but the scales and scutes are epidermal in origin. You need to remember this. Our hairs are dermal in origin. Representation of their ear is tympanum, but you need to remember one very important thing. Snakes, they don't have tympanum. Snakes don't have tympanum. Snakes don't have eyelids. Okay, but if you see lizard, they have tympanum. Okay, if you see crocodile, they have eyelids. Snakes, they don't have tympanum, they don't have eyelids, and even they don't have limbs also. They are tetrapoda, so they will also have two forelimbs, two hind limbs with claw, and each limb with 5 digits or 5 fingers. Heart is 3-chambered except crocodile. Except crocodile, the heart is 4-chambered. Other is 3-chambered heart. Okay, fertilization is obviously internal will be there. They cannot afford external fertilization. Remember the dryness. Okay, so they will lay eggs outside their body, so they are oviparous, but the eggs are covered by calcareous shell. So cladoic, first cladoic egg will be produced by reptiles. Snakes, if you see snakes, they have a bifurcated tongue, as because they don't have tympanum. So with this bifurcated tongue and their body surface, they will try to sense the environment. Okay, and in snakes and lizard, you can find skin cast. Means their body is covered by scale, right? So while they are growing, they can deposit some amount of excreta on their epidermal scales, and they will, with time, they will release that outer layer of the skin. Okay, and that is called skin cast. With growth, they will release the outer layer of skin. That is called skin casting. Example: Chiloni, turtle; Testudo, tortoise. Turtle is mainly aquatic, tortoise is mainly terrestrial. If you see the turtle, it is having flap. Okay, it is having, instead of limbs, instead of digits, it's having flap. But in case of tortoise, these petals are also having 5 digits. Okay, there is a difference between turtle and tortoise. Now, chameleon, they are called tree lizard. Green color, they can change their body color, so they are very master of camouflage. Again, octopuses are also very master of camouflage. Calotis, garden lizard, even they can also do this mimicry and camouflage. Crocodile. Alligator, they are also normally we call it alligator. These two are similar looking to each other, crocodilus and alligator. Hemidactylus, they are the lizard which is present into our room. Wall lizard. Naja, cobra, venomous snake. Bungarus, crate, venomous snake. Vipera, viper, venomous snake. The most venomous snake of the world is Hydrophis belchedis. Second last group of chordates, class Aves, birds. Now they have originated from reptiles. There was a fifth mass destruction due to the asteroid attack, and after that there was ice age, and because reptiles were cold-blooded animal, most of them wiped out. Few of them were starving, and somehow they were managed to survive. Few of the reptiles, okay, like pterosaur modified into some bird kind of reptile called Archaeopteryx. Now from Archaeopteryx kind of linker animals, birds were evolved. Aviation, from the word aviation we got the name aves, who are aerial in nature, who can fly. Okay, their scales are modified into feather, as because they had to reserve heat energy. The world was very cold after this asteroid attack, right? They had to reserve heat energy. They had to become homeothermic. So the first step, their scales modified into feather, which are very poor conductor. In order to lose weight, the upper jaw and lower jaw are teethless, beak. Forelimbs are modified into wings. But but still their hind limbs have scaly appearance, scales present on the hind limbs. Skin is dry, gland is absent except preen glands which is present near to their tail region. Tail regions, they have preen glands, so sometime you will find a bird is collecting some oil from this preen gland and like putting the oils, those oils, preen oils in every part of their feathers. They are grooming them. They are flying, so their body needed to be very light and lighter in weight. So their bones are pneumatic bones, air-filled bones. Their digestive system is having food storage structure, that is crop, and food grinding structure, that is gizzard. First in the animal kingdom, they have fully completed 4-chambered heart and they are homeothermous. In case of crocodile also 4-chambered heart was there, but in between the two atrium in crocodile there is a puncture. So in crocodile also blood will get mixed. Okay, first their heart were capable to do the separate flow of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So that's why they are homeothermic. If the body is getting only oxygenated blood, tissues are getting only oxygenated blood, then only it will do more respiration. More respiration equals to more heat energy production. Now, as because they are flyer, their lungs are associated with, or some air sacs are associated with lungs. How many? 9 air sacs. It's acting as a air reservoir or oxygen cylinder while they are flying high, where oxygen concentration is very less. Their fertilization is internal, though they don't have any penis kind of copulatory organ, and they are producing egg which is covered by calcium carbonate. So their eggs are also cleidoic and they are oviparous. Okay, and in case of bird, one very important thing, female reproductive system is reduced. Okay, like there is only one ovary will be there, and they will excrete out their excreta not in the form of urine, in the form of pellet and paste. Why? As because they are uricotelic. Their previous group, reptiles, are also uricotelic. Amphibians are ammonotelic. They will release urine. Now they are uricotelic, so they will release their excreta with their fecal matter in the form of paste. Example: crow, corvus; columba livia, pigeon; pistacula, parrot; struthio, ostrich, flightless bird; emu, flightless bird. Okay, then kiwi, flightless bird; penguin, flightless bird; cassowary, flightless bird; pavo, pistesus, peacock; Actinoditis, penguin. We will find the penguin, these aquatic birds, into polar region. Neophron, vulture. So these are some examples. Last class of phylum Chordata is Mammalia. Mammals, from mamma they got this name. Why from mamma? Because mammas have mammary glands to feed their child, milk producing glands. Okay, they also have 2 pairs of limbs, forelimbs and hind limbs. These limbs are utilized either for walking, running or climbing, or for burrowing, like rabbit, cat, they use it for burrowing, or for swimming like whales. 4 limbs are modified into paddles. Seals, walrus used for swimming or for flying. Patagium in bats. Patagium into bats, modified 4 limbs. Skin, very important structure. Key skin is having dermal hair, not epidermal hair, dermal hair, insulating structure. Ear pinna as external ear. Teeth, heterodont, incisor, canine, premolar, molar. For other, it was homodont. Okay, so heterodont teeth, exclusive feature of mammalia. Four-chambered heart, like aves. So we are warm-blooded. We respire through lungs. One pair of lungs are there. Fertilization is obviously internal. Viviparous give birth of young ones except duck-billed platypus, ornithorhynchus. Now some examples. Macropus. Macropus means kangaroo. Pteropus, flying fox. Camelus, camel. Macaca, monkey. Balanoptera, blue whale. Equus, horse or zebra. Delphinus, dolphin. So these are some examples of mammals. Even some other mammals like rat is there, ratus. Moles are also mammals. We are also mammals. Tigers are also mammals. Dolphins are also mammals. Seals are also mammals. Walruses are also mammals. Okay, so they are also very diverse. One of the most diversified group of organisms because they are the most developed, most advanced group of animals. So with this, we are ending this chapter. This one short video is completed here. Thank you.